The article that I chose for our second 2-minute drill was John Orland's article about the ESPN documentary series 30 for 30. We've all probably seen either at the very least clips of it or seen the commercials for it on TV. What this article was about was this 30 for 30 documentary series is coming up on its 10-year anniversary. So what they did was they went around to all the people that really made that show what it was, the creators, co-creators, directors, writers, and asked them what their favorite or most impactful 30 for 30s were, just so that people could get an understanding or a history of the series. This specifically focused on the very first one, the Bad Boys of Detroit, which was the late 80s, early 90s Detroit Pistons basketball teams. And what made this series so impactful and important was that it told sports in a different way that it hadn't been told before. You know, the teams that get the stories in the newspapers and the books are always the championship teams, but there's a lot of stories in sports that need to be told that don't get reported on because maybe they didn't win or whatever reason they just fell behind. So this is a way for people to see the great unwritten stories of sports. And not only that, some of the 30 for 30s about maybe like the U and other dynasties and great teams are done because the stories were so great that they had to be told in a cinematic way. So that way people who aren't diehard fans of that team or those players can maybe connect with the story on a more emotional level than just seeing it on SportsCenter the next day or reading it in the papers. So that's what made 30 for 30 so impactful, is it really changed the way that we consume sports media, instead of just daily blips and blurs, but to actually sit down and watch like a cinematic piece on sports. So that was the article on the 30 for 30.